Hello everyone, my name's Gabby, I'm newer to The Sims, and right now I'm a little bit sick. Today we're gonna do a fun challenge where we're gonna spin a wheel and it's going to land on a random reality TV show. So as you can see, I have a bunch of different reality TV shows, and let's say we were doing The Kitchen. I would click spin and then let's see what it lands on. There we go. So basically we could have an Amazing Race inspired kitchen, all right? Before I show you the house I built, I just wanna ask that if you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe, it really does help, and comment any suggestions down below. Let me go ahead and show you this build. So here we have it, I built this little house, it's nothing spectacular. Don't even think about looking at the back. This is what it looks like, it's pretty small. And as you can see inside, it's all sectioned off. That's mainly for the challenge itself. Just makes it easier to separate which room is what, but I just put some filler furniture in here so we have an idea of what we're gonna do. All right, it's time to spin this wheel. And by the way, this is gonna be inspired by these reality TV shows. I know a lot of people are ride or dies for these shows, and I'm gonna try to do it justice, but this is just my take. We could try to make it look good, or it could be outrageous. You never know. All right, guys, it's spin time. Let's spin for our first room. 1, 2, 3, spin. Okay, so our first room is Shark Tank inspired. So if you don't know what Shark Tank is, it's basically a reality TV show where a bunch of businesses, whether they're small or big, go into a group of investors. Some of them are actually billionaires. So they basically pitch their product or business to these investors. They're called the sharks. They say whether they're going to invest or not. There is a little bit of drama, but it's definitely an interesting watch. Okay, so I think we're gonna do the hallway Shark Tank inspired, like this main hallway right here through the middle. I think I'm gonna go like full on Shark Tank. We can add some things about money and investing and business, but Shark Tank? Come on, you already know what we're gonna do here. First and foremost, let's paint the walls this color blue. Perfect. Love it. It's very Shark Tank-esque. You know, normally in this corner, I would definitely put like an entry table type of a thing, but that's just not in the cards for us today. So we basically have a few options, all right? We can do this aquarium. Actually, fits kind of nicely right there, doesn't it? Or we could choose this one. But that one, it's really not speaking to me as much. Yeah, no. Okay, let's do the other one. We could do blue, like Shark Tank blue, but I think that's kind of just a little bit extra. I think we're just gonna go black. That actually fits perfectly in there. Who would have thought? Let's get a doormat. I think I'm gonna go with this one. It ties some of the things we're going for in here. There's really not much you can do in a hallway, but we're gonna give it our best shot. Hold on, I'm having a dilemma. What do we think about these? Like, cause this kind of goes with like the Shark Tank vibe, but this is just more like calm. I think we have to go with this one, right? Yeah, we're gonna go with that. I mean, I enjoy it. I think it looks like the ocean. Let's get some decor in here. Yeah, we could do like a little coat rack right here. I think we're gonna do this umbrella rack as well. Could just do like a long mirror. I kind of like the idea of that. Is that kind of dumb? No, I like it. It kind of makes sense when you walk in, but maybe we can move these things over. There's like a mirror when you're leaving so you can look at yourself right next to your aquarium. I love it, 10 out of 10. Maybe we do a runner rug straight through the middle. I bet you guys can hear how stuffy I am right now, but just know it's nothing serious. It's just a cold. I'm fine. I'm taking medicine. Maybe we could do like this gray one, but just through here. We'll size it down and then we'll take it, size that one down and try to get them together. Okay, that's pretty good. We definitely need like a plant in this corner and a side table over here. What would the sharks like as a side table? Like, that's what's going through my head, and I know it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but I'm trying my best over here. Maybe we just do a simple and sleek one like this. We're definitely gonna use this bowl because I always use this bowl. Let's look up like money related things. Oh, we literally have a pile of money. We can definitely put that somewhere. Oh my gosh, look at this. We're gonna do the duffel bag of cash on the floor because again, we're investing into a business that's gonna make us a lot of money. Get some more decorations and clutter. Ooh, this is good. This is really good. This is giving me all the Shark Tank vibes. Let's do that. Let's move this one over. So I like this little plant. I think I'm going to do this right here with this basket and some books, some money on the floor, because, you know, these are smart people, so they have books, okay? Okay, well, I'm just going to do my regular plant. I'm going to do the plant that I always use, this one right here. I feel like a lot of people love this plant from Cottage Living. I like the idea of like a little dog corner over here, since we do need to fill up the space. That is so cute. I like it. Okay, so I just added this painting over here. And I think that's pretty much it for our Shark Tank inspired hallway. Again, there's not much we can do in a hallway. Let's move on and let's spin for our next room, shall we? So I forgot to take Shark Tank off the list and we accidentally got Shark Tank again. So I'm going to take it off the list now, but I'm going to spin again. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, spin. Vanderpump Rules. Just so everybody knows, there's a lot going on right now with Vanderpump Rules. It started off as a show with a bunch of people who were friends that worked at the same restaurant owned by Lisa Vanderpump, who used to be a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills. Currently, there's a lot of controversy, aka Scandival. We're gonna go for the vibe of Vanderpump, the drama, the purple, the look of Sir. Very dark and moody and romantic, in my opinion. This is probably the one that I was the most excited for, to be honest. So what we're gonna do is a Vanderpump Rules inspired living room. If you haven't watched the show, you need to watch it. We're gonna paint the walls purple, but also we're gonna do some pinks in here because Lisa Vanderpump, her signature color is pink. I think this is the closest we can get to that Sir color. We're gonna do some darker colors, a little moody. Like that's what we're going for here, is the moodiness of this place. I need a rug. I think I'm gonna go for this. Guys, I've never been to Sir, so I would never know what this actually looks like in there, but I'm going off of the vibe of the show. This is kind of a cool couch. We could try this one out and then we'll do a side chair. Okay, so there is this like matching little egg chair, which I'm kind of into. This rug though, I do think we need to change it up. I just don't know which one to choose here. Ooh, we could do this one. Yeah, I like that better. I feel like you can actually see. Ooh, this is pretty cool. We're keeping it like kind of round in here. Some round shapes. This is like an end table, so we could do that, move that over, push that in a little bit. I never know if these houses are going to be functional, but it's all good. Lisa Vanderpump is obsessed with flowers, so we definitely need to do some sort of you're perfect. There's like flowers all over the restaurant and like twinkly lights. Okay, we'll just do this TV. And I'm thinking flowers like all over this place, even flowers that don't necessarily belong inside of a house. This is kind of ridiculous, but I do think that it's something she would have in the restaurant, like some type of ivy growing. We definitely need like a hanging plant, and it's romantic. So we could do that like candle. Where is it? There's like a candle wall. Here it is. Okay. So there's this wall from Spa Day, actually. I feel like this candle wall makes the room a little romantic. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if I can just put this behind here. We're being creative with this right now. So do you see what I did there? I put these like little plants behind, and then maybe we can move our hanging plant off to the side. But I do like the way that's looking. I'm gonna do my usual curtains that I always do. It's from the Desert Luxe kit. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do this pink curtain back here. We need a TV stand of some sort. We could do like a pink chest. Oh, this might be perfect for this corner. Yes, okay, okay. We'll do that in the corner. Should we change it to a different color maybe? I like the pink. This is pretty cool. I just don't know if we should use it in here. Should we? Like, should we just kind of go for it? I don't like the green. I wish they had a pink version without the green, because then I would definitely do it. We're just trying to make it look a little glamorous in here. Oh, look, this is like coming right through the wall. Isn't that nice? So there is this VIP bucket, and come on, they would definitely have that. But there's an iconic line that Stassi says, and it's, "I'm not sure what I've done to you, but I'll take a Pinot Grigio." And that right there is that. And don't worry, I already looked up pasta because there's another iconic line that says it's not about the pasta, and there's no pasta. Now it's chandelier time. There's like this pink chandelier that I do think could go. Yeah. Oh yeah, look how this is looking, you guys. Is this not Vanderpump right now? Is this not Vanderpump Rules? Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna fix this TV. Rob hung up the TV in less than 7 minutes. And so did Gabby. If you know, you know. Okay, what do we think about this accent wall? I'm gonna keep this accent wall. I do think it looks good. I've spent so much time on this, by the way. Okay, we can do this plant over there in the corner. And I think we're done with our Vanderpump Rules inspired living room. This is what we have here so far. I like it a lot, and I'm really excited about the reunion, by the way. I bet everyone else is too. But let's move on and let's spin again. Now that we've done Vanderpump Rules, I'm taking it off of our list and let's spin again. Ready, set, spin. The Voice. The Voice is a singing competition show. So basically they have blind auditions where a bunch of like celebrity coaches have these chairs and they're completely turned around. If they want the singer to join their team, they press a button and then they spin around and then they get to see the person singing. Let's take this off our list and decorate, shall we? We're gonna make the dining room inspired by The Voice. Let's start with wallpaper per usual. It's definitely gonna have to be like a red. We could do a fancy wall. So the chairs that the coaches are sitting in are red, and I think we have a chair that's very similar to it. I know these aren't dining room chairs, but this is very similar. Should we do this? I think we have to. I think I'm going to do these chairs, and it's not even going to fit at the table because it's not meant for a dining chair. So again, this is not going to be functional. Oh yeah, come on. Look at this chair. Oh my gosh, guys, this is the Sim Idol rug. You guys will know that there's a music note underneath there, but for now, that's fine. I don't mind it. Because it is The Voice, we need a mic in here. We just do. Yeah, it can go right in the corner just so we have it. Oh, you know what? Actually, now that we have that rug, we could tie it in with this table. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. We definitely need some shelving. Oh, we could do a trophy case, but that's like an athlete's trophy case, but I don't mind. Let's do a trophy case because you know what I'm going to put in there, right? Off the Charts Music Award. Yeah. We'll make sure that's in here. So the winners of The Voice, they won their awards and they're displaying it in their dining room and they got the chairs to match. No big deal. We could do like a black curtain in here. Let's add the basics. We need a plant. I just like the way this plant looks in here. I'm going to keep it. There's not really a style to this room, I'm not gonna lie. So I just sized down this plant. I'm gonna put it in that corner. I'm just gonna search up if we have any like other music items that I just don't know about. Oh, the Grammy. You guys, I forgot about the Grammy. You know, I'm gonna trade out one of these awards up here for this Grammy. If it has anything to do with music, we give them a Grammy. We can do these 2 wall speakers because of course they're gonna be playing music as they eat dinner. I added these records up there. Let's say they won The Voice. Yeah, your Sims can definitely not use this, but that's not the purpose of this video. Yeah, so I'm going to put that poof in the mic over there now to free up some space over here. I'm going to put one of these diabolical chairs in the corner. And this is what it's looking like right now. It's time we move on. Let's go ahead and spin. Ready, set, spin. Jersey Shore. Jersey Shore, basically, it came out around like 2009, the 2010s. And this is when like neon was popular, like the cheetah print. Basically, this show is just about a group of people who live together at a house on the Jersey Shore. And it's very much about them partying and clubbing and getting wasted and having a good time. This was supposed to be a bathroom, but now that I'm thinking of it, what do we remember from Jersey Shore, right? Gym, tan, laundry. We remember the party of it all. Let's start with how we always start. Let's do this wallpaper. I know like at this time, ombre on stuff was very popular. I was 9 when the show came out, but I still watched it. I know that's not the best, but I did. I think we have to make this a laundry room. And honestly, it's all gonna clash. And I think that's kind of the point. All right, so we're gonna do gym tan laundry, right? So like we have our laundry. I'm gonna change up this flooring as well. I like the idea of a dance floor in here because I think that's just so funny. There were certain like clubs they used to go to all the time. So I'm gonna try to keep the club atmosphere, you know, we're gonna do a dance floor. We need to do some gym equipment in here. It just makes sense, you know, gym tan laundry. Should we just go for it and get like an actual treadmill? I'm gonna put a treadmill in here and I don't care what anyone has to say about it because it's gym tan laundry. I think I'm gonna put sunscreen even though they wanted to tan, but guys, you need to use sunscreen even if you're tanning, okay? Anti-ray ultimate sunblock. Just on top of here, we're gonna do all of the fun colors. Let's keep looking at laundry items. We'll do some laundry detergent on top of here. There's a pile of laundry. We could just put it on the floor. We'll do that painting on the wall. So I do have the new basement kit. This is like the iconic heart bed from The Sims. I'm gonna figure out a place to put it just because, you know, we gotta mention the smush room. But then what about our treadmill? You know, I don't even care if this treadmill doesn't work. I sized it down. This is where they keep the old smush room bed. I know there's a lot of controversy around this thing from the basement kit, but I don't have any room to talk because, again, I'm newer to The Sims. But I do think it works in this particular room for what we're going for the Jersey Shore, you know? It's the Jersey Shore. I think on this wall, we could add some shelves so we can just put some more essentials up here. So I'm gonna put this car. I know it's labeled as a sports car, but we're gonna pretend it's like, you know, it's an ode to the cabs are here. The cabs are there, right over there. I'm gonna add these little storage boxes since this is like a storage closet type of a thing. You guys, hold on. I found an actual taxi. So this one can go. Goodbye. How big can this one get? Look at this taxi. Guys, the cabs are freaking here. I'm gonna put this right on top of that. I don't even care. I added this picture up there because, you know, Ron juice. I'm gonna add some more clutter up here just to fill up these shelves. The VIP bucket is making another appearance in this build. I promise I'm not trying to make this intentionally ugly, but this is just what we have here for this storage closet / laundry room inspired by the Jersey Shore. And I think we got everything we need for this room. And I'll circle back to all of the rooms we've done at the end, but let's move on and spin again. Ready, set, spin. Selling Sunset. This reality TV show is about a group of realtors that all work under the same brokerage, and it's based in Los Angeles, and they sell like multi-million-dollar homes. There's a lot of drama. I think we're gonna go for like the classic, sleek, modern, just a little bit over the top. The houses that they sell on this show are very expensive and do have items that you wouldn't normally see in a home. So we're gonna take some inspo from that. It's wall painting time. Let's do something like that. We need a bed in here. Technically, this is a fabricated bed from Eco Lifestyle, but I do think it looks like sleek to me. And let's choose a rug for this room. Oh yeah, this is kind of what we're going for here with this rug. We could always double this rug and just pretend like it's one rug. I think we're gonna do that. And we need some over-the-top things in this room. You're going to laugh, but it's waterfall wall time. Yeah, that's definitely something these people would have in their house. We need some like modern artwork and a dresser. We could put the dresser in this corner, but let's get some artwork in here. This art piece is pretty modern to me. I need to raise it up just a little more. Yep, there we go. We need a nice dresser. Maybe we'll do the lighter dresser to match the wood. Let's get a mirror above this dresser. Oh my gosh, this is so luxe. I like it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense in here actually. Should we get some side tables in front of these waterfalls? I think so. Yeah, we're gonna do these small side tables on the left. This is picture perfect art lighting. We're gonna do those on top of the waterfall so that there's very nice lighting in here. I also do like this light. I just don't know where I'd put it. This like looks to you? Like, I can't tell. I do want to get something to put on these nightstands. I'm thinking like a lamp of some sort. This is from Growing Together. We could add some like green touches to this room, green and gold. Maybe we could do another art piece above the bed. Yes, exactly. Like right above the bed, one of these paintings. Oh, you guys, I'm changing this up. We're going to do like this. That is pretty cool. It's just a little big, so maybe I'll like size it down. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this lighting. It's speaking to me, you know? Maybe we could change this wall. Ooh, there we go. These are steamy slats from Spa Day. This is good. That plant is looking real nice over there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm getting rid of this door because I do want to add like a regular plant over here. And we can move this over just a little bit. Let's do a little basket in the corner. So I added this cute Moment of Peace tray. That's what it's called. And I did size this plant down. There's something missing from this wall and I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe we'll do like a bookcase. I like this one. I just wish it was like a shelf, but we could make it into a shelf. What do we think? I like that. Okay, and that's the last thing I'm doing for this Selling Sunset inspired, very modern, cool room. But let's spin for our next room and let me just save really quick. All right, it's spin time. Let's take off Selling Sunset and ready, set, spin. We got Survivor. So the premise of this show is that a bunch of people are put on an island and they're competing against each other to win $1 million, and they have to see if they can survive on this island with only like basic things. They don't really have much. This is going to be funny because it's going to be a Survivor themed bathroom. Let me just go ahead and paint these walls. I think we're going to go for like a dark green. I'm thinking like island, you know, forest. We're going to be bold and we're going to do this. We need a different tile for the floor. Should we just put grass in here? Technically, we could. Grass? We will do grass. We'll do grass with flowers. And I don't want to hear a thing about it. We're going to use this toilet. It's called the in-house outhouse because clearly these people don't have access to a regular toilet. So we're going to have to do that. Let's filter by outdoor retreat. We're going to do this wooden sink. Let's pretend these people built it. You know, they're out in the wild. Oh, perfect. It's a shower tarp. Or should we go for a waterfall shower? We'll do it's a shower tarp. This is like a makeshift shower that they just so happen to have. Maybe we can move the toilet here now. And then this could be a sink situation over there. Classic homemade mirror. We can do a little stumpy chair. These are flame resistant cooking supplies. We're going to pretend like, you know, this is all they have. They're not going to have much lighting, you know, so they have to use lanterns. Oh, that one can go up there. That's pretty nice. Again, we never said this was going to be functional, but I'm going to put a rock over there. Oh, maybe we can put our lantern on it. There we go. Problem solved, everybody. Lantern is on rock. You know, this is the cash prize. We're going to put it on the toilet. We're going to use the cash bag again. They're trying to win $1 million, right? I think that's what it is, $1 million. We can put a shower caddy in there. We'll do their towels, even though they probably don't have any. Yeah, barnyard lamp above the toilet. Let's get some fireflies in here. When you use these fireflies, they'll actually show up in game. Right now, they just look like squares, but you'll see. We're gonna have fireflies in this room later. Oh, we can do this log. Let's put that log there. I think that's pretty much all we can do in here. So let's move on to our next room. Let's take off Survivor and ready, set, spin. Oh, The Amazing Race. Okay, so The Amazing Race, again, is another one of those competition shows. They basically have to complete a bunch of challenges, except it's all over the world. They'll say, fly to Egypt and go to the pyramids of Giza, and there will be a clue box there. This is another one of those shows that the prize is $1 million. We're going to do this room right over here, inspired by The Amazing Race. I think I'm going to do this siding all over the wall. And then we're going to do one of them, this mustard color, because that's the color of the clue box in The Amazing Race. Let's delete this bed. We'll get a rug in here. So I just layered these 2 rugs. I think what we're going for in this room is that this person was on The Amazing Race and they collected trinkets from it. They do go all around the world. So I like this desk because it has like little photos on it and stuff. We're gonna do a cork board in here. We have a bunch of postcards in The Sims, and that'll be a good way of showing like everywhere that they went. See, like Lucky Palms postcard. We'll do a Moonlight Falls postcard. This is all the places they traveled while they were on The Amazing Race. Look how cute that is. And they have like a little craft station. I just like the look of it. Let's get an office chair. We could do this chair over here. Let's just do a laptop. Guys, look at this. Are you always on the go, always traveling? This is perfect. We can use this as a nightstand on the side. These are all the suitcases. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. I love it. I love it. I love it. In The Amazing Race, they do fight a lot over cabs because it's super important that they can get to their next destination. It's about who gets there first, right? You know what? We're going to get a globe. We could put this globe up here, you know, because they travel the world, guys. They travel the world. You know what's throwing me off right now are these walls. Like, I think we need a change up. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this bed instead. And then we could have like this. Whoa, these walls are so bright though. So I do want to add one of these Daruma dolls in here. Oh, this is cute. A cityscape statue. I love that. Let's do these records of the past underneath the desk. This is a book of silhouettes from the Victorian era. We can say, you know, they found all of these things. So I'm going to get rid of this little trinket, but this is a team photo. And in the show, they kind of do team up. Like they have alliances and stuff like that. Look what I found. A suitcase. We're definitely adding this suitcase. Put our little dresser in the corner. And then we're just going to raise this up. So it's like a little backpack. Look how cute that is. We haven't put curtains up, and maybe we need a little side table lamp. Let's put a salt lamp here. We just need a painting on the wall and some curtains. This could be pretty cute in here. I've seen some pretty unique places. We'll keep it simple with the curtains. We'll just do those. Let me move this book around. And we're done with our Amazing Race inspired room. We only have 2 more rooms to go. We're taking off the Amazing Race, and let's go ahead and spin. Love Island. This is exactly what you think it is. A group of very beautiful people. They all stay in a villa together and they're all there to find love. I think it's like weekly they choose a partner to couple up with, and if no one couples up with you, you get kicked off the show. In my opinion, Love Island UK is the best one, and that's all I have to say about that. So the style of this show and what you'll see in it is like very neon colors, like neon pink and neon lights. That's something we're definitely going to need. I was going to make this a bunk bed. It has to be a double bed because it's Love Island, you know? We're not able to replicate everything exactly the way it is, but I think we can definitely try to do it justice. So let's keep that bed there. I know for the walls, we're gonna go for it. This one's pretty Love Island-esque. We could do that. I think I'm gonna do this bed because it's just fun and flirty like the Islanders. Well, this is a island looking sign. We could put that right over the bed. Let's do that. We're definitely gonna use this somewhere, so I'm just gonna put it on the ground. Let's get a nice rug in here. I'm gonna do that rug right there. And I just layered them again. Let's get a side table in here. Ooh, you know what? You know what's the perfect one? It's not even a side table. It's a coffee table. And it's going to be this one right here. Perfect. Boom. We have our cool light. What kind of bottles do they have in here? Okay, so I found this cool Champion water bottle. And this is important because they all have the same white water bottle that has their little name on it. I know this one isn't white, but I'm going to put it up here. I want this mirror in here so bad. That mirror right there is very Love Island looking, so it's staying. Let's do a few of these. We'll just do 2. We'll do this one and this one. Okay, we can do like that little dresser there. Oh, that's so cute. Look, a little makeup tray. Let's get some RGBs in here. We're gonna put this like all over the room. Now we have our RGBs up there. I'm gonna change the color of them once we get into the game and I show you around. I'm gonna put one of those towels in here, like they just left it under their bed and just didn't really care. We need that sunscreen again for this room because these people are outside all the time. I like the idea of this paneling in the corner for no apparent reason, just because I feel like it. But let's just get rid of this. This is the one. I'm just gonna size them down, and then we could do another one right next to it. And then let's put some items inside. There we go. Okay, we are gonna spin for our last room, which is our kitchen. Let's take off Love Island and let's spin. Okay, so our next room is Love is Blind inspired. And this is a show, again, about people finding love, but they cannot see each other at all. So somehow we're going to have to make this work with a kitchen. So they do fall in love through a wall, and that's how they talk to each other. They're in these little rooms divided by walls. So I might have to just make a divided kitchen, which is fine. It's great. Okay, I'm gonna divide this room by a wall straight down the middle. It makes absolutely no sense for The Sims, and that's okay. We're gonna have 2 kitchens on each side, and this is how they get to know each other. Also, by the way, at the end of it, they have to get engaged. So like they never see each other and then get engaged. The wall that they're separated by is like this like blue moving wall. So I don't know how I'm going to replicate that, but I'm going to give it a shot. I know it makes no sense, okay? But if you watch the show, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like red themed. We're going to have the weirdest kitchen ever. We have to keep it romantic in this kitchen. Let's get our kitchen necessities. We're going to need 2 of everything. Oh, we can even have this. Okay, cool. Let's get a different fridge. Ooh, let's get this one. Okay, I'm gonna do these small upper cabinets. We have limited space in here, you know? I'm gonna put a picture of the blue ominous wall so you know what I'm talking about and I'm not crazy. Okay, what else does a kitchen need? It needs a trash can. I don't know if we're gonna be able to fit one in here. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go trashless. Let's put a rose on this side. Ooh, a Valentine's Day assortment. Yes, I'm going to put this on top of their fridge. Let's do this simple plant over here on that end. I know this is so random, but I'm going to put this little notebook on the ground. They do write down things about the other person. Let's get a rug. There we go. We'll do this heart rug. Look at this. Rose petals. That is romance. That is love. I think that's pretty much it. We're going to hop into games so I can show you what this looks like in live mode. So I found the Vanderpump Rules cast on the gallery and it's by Mal's Miss. So we're going to use them to show you everything in live mode. Here's our Vanderpump Rules cast. Here's Queen Ariana. This is our beautiful Shark Tank inspired entryway with our nice aquarium going right now. We have some artwork of the ocean, a nice money bag because we're investing in our businesses. And you walk towards here, we have just a little dog corner because why not, right? If you take a left when you walk in, you're entering the Sir inspired living room or Vanderpump Rules inspired living room. We decided to go for this beautiful candle/flower wall. We have a nice VIP bucket in here, and we also have this nice chandelier. It's very romantic in here, definitely dark and moody. Moving on, this is the Voice-inspired dining room. We use the beautiful chairs by the way, that they use in The Voice and their awards that they won. And you turn around and we have a nice mic. Next door is I'm at a loss for words for this next room. This is our Jersey Shore inspired room. We have gym, tan, laundry all in one here. A nice taxi cab, some drinks, the old smush bed from the smush room. You turn around, we have some Ron Ron juice in this pitcher. That's what we're pretending it is. Just the essentials for the Jersey Shore cast. We also made the floor dance floor because they're always going to the club. Next door is our Selling Sunset inspired room. There are things in here that we that I would not normally have in my home, but because it's selling Sunset, of course they would, such as our nice waterfalls next to the bed. It's a very modern room. We're trying to keep it classy, something that we might see on the show. Next up is our Survivor bathroom, which everything is made out of wood, and this is a makeshift shower, clearly. See, in game now, you see these little fireflies that I added. It's because we're outdoors, you know? We have our pots and pans on our tree stump, a grass floor, and $1 million. I like it. It's simple. We kept it very on theme here. It's on brand. This right here is our Amazing Race inspired room. And just like I said, they travel all around the world during this race, and that's why I have these suitcases as nightstands next to the bed. We also have our cork board with all of our postcards of everywhere we went, and some suitcases and a shelf full of trinkets from all the places we visited. That is our team photo of our alliance and our trophy because we won. So take a look at this in game, right? I made these RGBs all pink. And this is our Love Island inspired room. We have a neon sign above the bed, the classic Love Island water bottle on the nightstand. We also have a dresser with some makeup on it and some sunscreen because they're on an island looking for love. And of course, I had to add this beautiful mirror because it just goes with the Love Island theme. I'm sorry. Now for our last room is the Love is Blind inspired kitchen, which is separated by this blue wall because that's how the show is and I don't want to hear about it. We decided to put some rose petals on the floor. We're definitely screaming love in this room. It doesn't look the worst. It's really fun for me to make this video, honestly. I had a really good time. If you guys have any other suggestions of challenges you'd like me to do, just comment down below. But that's all I have for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.